sakam shat 6 shat. What are those six qualities? The one who possessed the 6 qualities, as a student you are supposed to have 6 qualities, as I told: Dhamma, Shama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana. Dhamma, not interested in external world. Shabdhanushtravika vishaya vitrushnasya, not interested in detachment towards the external things, external object, external world, detachment, whatever you see, not interested. Then Shama, ability to focus, ability to bring sense doors whenever they cause disturbance. Mind, sound, it is hearing sound. Oh, it is nice. Immediately drawing not making your sense doors slave of anything. Ability to turn your sense doors inside. Ability to turn your mind inside. Your sense doors, ability to keep your sense doors with the mind. Ability to focus. Concentration, ability to bring sense doors to keep with the mind, not mind is driven by the sense doors, and drawing the sense doors to keep with the mind. Otherwise, sense doors are driving the mind, and mind is driving the intellect. Intellect is driving the ego, and ego is driving chitta. Chitta is driving atma. Instead of Atma driving them, and sense doors are driving the Atma. That's why all accidents happening. So sense doors, and they are not controlled, so they are driving wherever they go, the vehicle is going. So one day restaurant, one day movie theater, and one day some Alps, so one day something, and all the time it wants to run, never happy. Is it happy? No. All the time chariot is running, consuming. Why it is consuming? If it is controlled by Atma, for example. So if the control, those horses, if you are not controlling those horses and chariot is going, those horses, you have no control on the horses. And where the horses will take? Wherever this vehicle will go, wherever the horses take. And who has to drive? Who owns the vehicle? And Atma, soul. But soul is not deciding. Soul has become a prisoner. And sense doors are taking wherever it wants to. And soul is getting suffering. Oh my God. And this is not my... And the cart is designed to go to Holy Spirit. And this vehicle, these horses are given, and these reins are given that control the horse, the reins. Reins are given. And so mind is given, the one who is sitting there, mind, and who is sitting there, buddhi, the one who is riding a charioteer is called buddhi. And the God is the body. And there is a called aham, and buddhi behind it. So standing, so who is standing? Buddhi is only a driver. And the one who is still giving the instructions is called aham, ego, and my past. And it is driven, everything is driven by the sense doors. And if owner tells, hey, come on, you be in my control. If everything is in the control of the soul, drawn in, that's called focus. Ability to keep the sense doors with the mind. Pratyahara means, and further, mind with the chitta. Ability to keep the mind with the buddhi. And ability to keep the buddhi with the aham with the chitta. drawn inside reverse mechanism. And uparati, ability is sustained. You have control now. You have trained. You can sustain your concentration. And nothing can shake nothing can distract you. Whether it is in the meditation, whether it is outside, nothing can distract you. Your focus is maintained. That's called uparati. Titiksha. And when you can't maintain it, you are able to maintain it. And uparati means rati, maidhuna, upa. So all this sustained concentration not for siddhis. Not for siddhis. Sustained concentration. You have two chances. One is to develop detachment. Rati, attachment. Your focus is to develop the power or experience, or your focus is to develop the detachment. It is for uparati, it is to dissolve your rati. Rati is a maidhuna, desire to experience. Desire to, not ordinary desire. Until you experience it, you won't leave it. You wanted to have a plot or flat. Until you achieve it, you can't sleep. You wanted to buy a watch. Until you own that watch, you won't leave it. And that is called rati. Rati means, it is not, yes, rati means sexual intercourse. Because, and you, what not a boy does, what not a girl does. Until finally the climax is, until the intercourse is done. And there it culminates. All these, so many, it is like monkey showing its bum to attract another monkey. Like peacock, peacock trying to attract another peacock and dancing with beautiful colors. And we have already left those birds long back. And still, we try to attract the opposite sex, showing the dress, showing the name, showing the fame. All our actions is to attention-seeking syndrome. Today the problem is attention-seeking syndrome. What you are teaching the children, you decorate the children like this, and you make the child to take a photograph. You are making the child to love herself instead of training the child to love others. And the young parents further, and they are like the children, and they want to be photographed all the time. Self-love. Rati is uparati, rati, the one who has control. The desire and to experience, the desire to experience. Once you want and simply, okay, I want it, I didn't get it, it's okay, why should I unnecessarily burn my hand, burn my mind? No, I have seen a car, I want to own it. I want to own it. I have seen a car, as long as that car in the showroom, no problem. But the moment a car came to your house and you want to own it, the moment you become owner, if someone says, hey, your car is not good, you react. Understand? Rati kills us. Desire, tanaha, the Lucifer, the devil. Why is it called evil? It is an angel. It is not a negative, but it is evil. The desire will never keep you peace. It will take away your peace. Peace is into the pieces. Your whole life, your money, everything goes as just like that, only for that, which is not required for your survival, for your food, for your cloth. It is not required. Car is not required at all. Which car? An ordinary car is enough. Which car doesn't matter at all. But now it matters. What matters? Because you are earning more. Which car it is, until you own it. The purpose is to go from point A to point B. There is no problem. So you can go by public transport, you can go by bicycle, you can go by this. But I want to go by the most expensive vehicle, point A to point B. And to buy that most expensive, you have to cheat others at the cost of all others, depriving all the necessities. Understand? Everything is like that. You are not understanding. Uparati. Uparati is the sustained concentration in the meditation. A Ravanasura, sustained concentration, he used it for threatening the angels. And Rama, sustained concentration, he used it for humanity. Oh my God, oh angels, I am so grateful to you. Because of you I am existing here. I am here to protect you, oh saints. You are the peacekeepers and you are the protectors of the environment. That's why Rama and his brother Lakshmana always went to. And the yogis, when they are doing rishis, when they are doing yajnas and environmental cleaning things, internal, external, and always they protected from the demons. On the contrary, the one who is concentrating and for experience like Ravanasura, and he threatened the very angels because of whom we are existing. Like now, and because of the environment we are existing, now we are threatening the environment, and environment is creating the bad viruses. When it is threatened, what it will generate, and which kills you. That's why we are not supposed to threaten, we are supposed to love. In India, what we are taught, Veda means it is loving the nature around you, loving 5 elements. Because you are made with the same 5 elements. If those 5 elements outside are healthy, your 5 elements inside are healthy. Because those 5 elements only, without taking those 5 elements, you can't survive. And the food is the element, and food to produce all these 5 elements involved in your in producing, nature produces your food, but all the 5 elements involved, and whatever as the input, when you are taking this, if those elements are disturbed, when you take those disturbed elements inside, your health is disturbed, your mind is disturbed. How come? And you disturb the elements outside and you eat the same thing. How come these bad elements when you have taken, and how come it will develop good elements? Garbage in, garbage out. Simple principle. In future, if we don't want to have a COVID, if we don't want to have any of the viruses in the future, the only option we left out is not endangering the environment with 5G, 6G, 7G, 8G, 9G, 10G. Understand? Not endangering the environment, not polluting the environment, not making sound. Sound is much far better. You know what sound does? Now the latest research, what it shows, and anything that is making the sound, virus is accumulated there. That's why don't use anything that produces the sound or a noise in your house. Means they found actually the ducts or the fans or the AC or the things which are rotating, where the motor is running, there the virus population is viral density is very high. They get attracted by the noise. Noise attracts the viruses, noise attracts the bacteria. Silence detaches the bacteria, silence keeps virus away. And it is since the world, and the noise of the environment is, as our brain noise is increasing, the noise of the environment is increasing. Now the COVID-19, and now you can lock down, you can see, and in abroad, all highways and villages near the highways if you are living in, and you can see your house is vibrating. Because number of vehicles and going at a high speed on the road and disturbing, causing such a distortion, causing such a vibration, and the one who, when I am sleeping by the roadside, I can experience that distortion in my entire body. And the one who is living the roadside, highway side, can you imagine morning to evening, and he is continuously, and what is happening? Distortion sound, attracting all the bad elements. Virus, bacteria, demons, and all this. Noise. Sound of silence, sound of noise. What we are producing? Are we producing sound of silence to nurture the nature? No, sound of the noise we are producing. Everything we produce creates the noise. 5G is more noise. You see, understand? So, silence, detachment. It is not to produce the noise. Uparati. Desire, sound of silence, different sound of noise. What we love? Sound of noise. 100,000 watt music in pubs. No consciousness on the body. and dancing to the music, beats of the music, what you are doing? That attracts all the negative elements. Spirituality is never a music. Music is considered as an inferior element. Sound of silence is entirely different. Sound of noise is entirely. It is used to seduce the enemy. Kings used the music to seduce the enemy. Understand? So what rishis used? Sound of silence, not sound of noise. Now, all your music, rap or whatever you call, whatever it is, sound, and that too, 100 instruments at work, sound. Top and down, left and right, gone and come and gone, coronavirus, come and go. Now if I start saying, oh, it is viral, it goes viral on that. What it does, it should generate that vibration in you, noise in you. It's like a rap. What are the famous now sitting at home, what people are producing? This. Corona, oh virus, go away, front and back, nose and nose, all like this. The youth now sitting at home every day, oh my God, beautiful. Everyone is hooked to this. What? Is it a sound of silence? Noise without, our ears habituated for the noise. All the time there is noise. What is attracting the mind again? Producing glutamate, calcium ions. It makes your mind agitated. Without, now you are addicted to that particular music. All the time I look at the one who is working, my housemaid, the one who is employed, she is always, I see all the time her mobile phone, song, all the time. And that song, and she tunes with that song all the time. And she is not even aware what job she is doing. She is lost. And a job which can be done in 1 minute, and she takes 1 hour. Because her mind is not there. Her mind is there somewhere. So, uparati, concentration in the meditation for what? Music automatically concentrates. Why you need to? Why you are listening to the music? Because your mind, subconscious mind, unconscious mind, conscious mind together, it made you slave. It is keeping all 3 minds together. That's why you are listening to the music. Anything keeps the 3 minds together, you are addicted. Our ability is, uparati is, without an object, without ice cream, if you can keep the 3 minds together, without any input, if you can keep the 3 minds together, that's called spirituality, that's called meditation. As long as you are making the 3 sense doors to keep them together only with the object outside, you are vulnerable. Your happiness is impermanent. Uparati. It is not, people don't understand the right meaning of uparati. Everything is uparati. At this level, uparati. Which meditation you are doing? Is it for making sense doors with some sound? Oh, Om Namah Shivaya. All 3 minds with some object, diluted, that's what, vikalpa, viparya. All our entertainment, as I told you, hallucination, illusion, delusion. The more delusion one creates, we love it more. Our job is to remove these are the chitta vrittis, viparya, delusion and this. Then only you will be able to, there's a way to train your sense doors. Vritti swarupyam itaratra vrittaya panchataya klishta pramana viparya vikalpa nidra smrutaya panchataya klishta pratyakshanumana agama प्रत्यक्षानुमानागमा प्रमाणानि मिथ्याज्ञानं मतद्रूपं प्रतिष्ठायां विपर्यायां वस्तुशून्यो शब्दज्ञानानुपाते विकल्पम्. Patanjali went on explaining. And the one who is chanting this, the one who is doing yoga, what he is doing? He is doing yoga with the music. And he is doing the music, he is listening to the music. And they are fond of, some tantra practice, sound of kundalini, sound of this, sound of that, sound of experience. Uparati, rati, it is to remove rati, your desire, maithuna, the desire to experience. And once you habituated for that experience, that's how the desire goes on increasing further. As long as a boy did not touch the girl, girl is not interested in the boy, until the marriage there is no problem. But once it begins, it doesn't end. Distraction, uparati, ability to focus and ability to sustain your focus in detachment, ability to focus not with a desire, not with a desire. You can easily focus if you are listening to music, sound. Om, klam, claim, climb, klam, claim, climb, klam, claim, climb, klam, claim, claim. I want to experience power. And then I have been given a mantra. Om, claim, 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 claim. I know one of my students, I left him because I told him, you don't do that all the time. He wants energy. He wants to generate a lot of testosterone and he wants to have a power, focus, and he meditates. But for what? Claim, claim, claim with the breath. Claim, 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 claim. Powerful mantras. Uparati, titiksha, these are the qualities of a student. Before you come to the meditation, a teacher should check whether you have 6 qualities or not. They are so sadhana chatushtaya. First one is, can you understand what is permanent, what is impermanent? Number 2 is detachment, iha vairagya, paravairagya. So that is, are you coming for, dushtanashravika vishaya? In the meditation experiences, are you coming for some experiencing and some sita or something, or you want to threaten, you are coming for meditation for a power? A teacher should examine the student. What is the goal of the student? A student interested to become a Rama. Many of them they claim they want to be a Rama, but teacher should assess whether he is going to be a Rama or a Ravanasura. Because if you are teaching a bad person, he is going to be in the making of a demon and he will threaten all the wholeness. And if your student, you are training to be like a Rama, he will become a protector, otherwise he will become a destructor. That's why a teacher has to verify the credentials of the student. Whether the student is inclined toward this or inclined toward the detachment. And student will be accepted only when he is toward the detachment. If I look for that kind of the students, I can tell you, it is better I won't get anyone. In Himalayas, happily, like Buddha decided, I have to sit and keep eyes closed and meditate. I have not found one. I have not found so far one. Focus for concentration, it is for experience. Now, entire objective of meditation is that. There is a question, and if you don't get that, and you start blaming, hey Shiva, why you are not giving me? Hey Krishna, why you are not giving me? And you have a focus, you develop, now you start threatening them. Titiksha. Or the one who is becoming Rama, oh my God, I am not. So Ananda, Buddha's cousin, and from the age of 55 years to 80 years, so he is 25 years he was with him until his deathbed, and he is the one who knows all 84,000 teachings of the Buddha by heart. And he has super thermographic memory. Super memory means hyperthermesia is called. He has a super memory. Once he hears, he will remember. And it's completely loyal, completely surrendered. And and he did not get the time. He got only first level of enlightenment. And and when Buddha is there, and he never, anyway, my cousin, anytime I can get enlightened. He took it light. And after Buddha passed away, and then they wanted to preserve the teachings, and so they wanted to preserve the teachings, and Mahakashyapa came already. Oh my God, the strict teacher is gone, and now we can enjoy. Monks started talking like this. Now, like any monasteries in the world, very few monasteries maintain the discipline. Otherwise, you can see in the monasteries, the monks watching and rugby and cricket and enjoying. So, and Buddha, oh my God, Buddha gone. Now all we can enjoy, can make merry of this. We can eat and dance in the ashrams. And it is sensed by one of the elders, the one who lives in Himalayas and in upper Matang area where he used to meditate in the caves. And Mahakashyapa, he came back. He sensed, and he was not there when Buddha is burnt, cremated, because he knows very well. And then he came, he saw, and he has all the powers. By then, the people having the powers already, Sariputra is gone, and so everyone is gone, because they are not that disciplined like Mahakashyapa. Mahakashyapa, Mother Vishaka, these are the disciples of the Buddha who lived 125 years. And very strict discipline. And because he lived in that, so he chose to live, not to live 120 years, he lived in Himalayas. Because he wanted to conserve and he wanted to maintain a strict discipline. Then he came. He's very elder than Mahamudgalya, elder than Buddha, elder than this. And Mahakashyapa came and he told. And now, hey monks, all fully enlightened people should meet and we should preserve whatever Buddha has given. And then, so he knows only, and his personal, Buddha's personal attendant Ananda only knows the entire teachings, no one knows. And then he told Ananda, you are only first level enlightened. For you to be eligible to be in this too and preserve your master's teachings together, you have to validate everyone. You are only the person can validate because you know everything. All of them, whether correct or not, you have to validate, double check. So, but to validate, you have to be qualified, you have to be fully enlightened. And then, so I am giving you 1 month time, and he went on meditating, wanted to get enlightened, and he could not get enlightened. Oh my God. So it's not possible. Last day till in the night, 3 o'clock, it is the morning. Morning means, morning at 9 o'clock, they have to meet, so for the meeting. And throughout the night, he is struggling till morning 5 o'clock and meditating, and he could not get the full enlightenment. And then he said, oh my God, I thought it's easy. I am not eligible, I am not capable. He just left. That is the way he surrendered his ego completely. And the moment he has become desireless completely, absolutely, and then before his head touched, because he is tired, he accepted it is not possible for him. And then he wanted to sleep, and before his head touched, the moment his body and mind went to zero entropy, and he experienced the full enlightenment. Before his head touched the pillow, he experienced it. Everyone in the Buddhist circles, they know. And then he realized what he is trying to, and what a ego, he thought he doesn't have ego, but what a ego he had. And he realized, he was so grateful. And then Kashyapa saw him fully enlightened, and Kashyapa, and then that's how today all the Buddha's teachings are available. The credit goes to Kashyapa. Where it is the Sanskrit teachings, he preserved in the Sanskrit, and they preserved it in Pali language. That's only the difference. And who translated it into the Sanskrit? It is Mahakashyapa. It is the great Brahmin. You should know that. And all the Tibetan or Northeast Mahayana traditions are rooted in Mahakashyapa. He is a great person. He is considered as Avalokiteshvara, etc. He is the main person. Or Sanskrit version of entire Tipitaka, all 84,000, much more detail, much more detail, much more detail, and about all the goddesses whom we worship in India, everything, and he went on exploring and everything he gave. And this is an edited version. Theravada means edited version. They wanted to maintain only Buddhism, they wanted to maintain only certain things, and they are edited version. Unedited version means Mahakashyapa Sanskrit versions. That is the difference between these two. And every time they met, they edited it. As you edit it, it gets manipulated. The moment when you see live, it is whatever the way it is the truth. It will influence you. And once it is edited, and then you hear in the evening or next time, it won't be that effective because it is edited. It is touched by someone. It is touched by someone and it's gone. It has to be, for it to work like Buddha means, as it is Buddha's words should be used. Not Buddha. Who is capable of editing the Buddha's words, tell me? No one. That is a mistake we do. The one who is editing is not at the level of a guru. And when he edits it, the moment his hand goes and he clips it, that's all, and his power is gone. Diluted. The more editing means more diluted. It becomes a delusion. It won't take you to the reality. Like a movie. What is a movie? Simply edited. What you see is far away from the reality. It is edited. It is manipulated. It is manipulating your mind. A movie is nothing but a manipulation of your mind. And spirituality is not a manipulation of the mind. Spirituality is to see the reality. Very simple. Titiksha is not giving up or giving up, surrendering ego completely, or it is not reacting to any experience in the pain, not reacting to any, whether it is a pain come, restlessness come in the meditation, when you especially watch with the work with the truth, because you are not feeding the sense dose, and when you don't feed the sense dose, the urge comes inside. It creates restlessness. Your desire creates restlessness. And a alcoholic did not take the alcohol, and by evening he becomes unstable. A drug addict, he did not get the dose of drug, and he goes restless. He goes restless until the drug comes inside. And spirituality has become like that. And it is when you don't get, and everyone on the path of the truth when you are working, even Buddha after developing 8 samadhis, when he sat, he had intense pain and he could hear intense, as if his eardrums are going to be beaten up. And the war, the trouble he went in the meditation, those 2-3 hours is so struggle it is. And thinking it is a positive, santosha, not repenting, not reacting to the experience, positive or negative. As if your body is floating in the air, as if the body has become big or small, these experiences come. But if you react to those, I want this experience, I don't want this experience, there is a pain here, this is a pain here in the meditation. This is called reacting. You have a focus, but you are reacting to the experience in the meditation. And means you don't have this quality of titiksha, not reacting to the experience in the meditation, the most important. There is a positive experience, negative experience, detachment, not getting attached to it. Then only purification takes place. This is called titiksha. Shraddha, surrender, interest, motives, interest, and self-motivation, surrender, and to the teacher, teaching, shastrena, guru vakyena, shastrena, guru vakyena, shastrena. So surrender, completely surrender. Whatever the one who is giving you sound of silence, not questioning, completely, and understanding positively, understanding the logic behind it, understanding the science behind it. You have to go to the teacher who will teach you with the logic, cause and effect. That is number one. And understand the teacher, whatever the word he is teaching, it is a logic, it is a science. You have the perception, not the teacher. And if your teacher is the right teacher, you have the perception. And don't use your perception. Understand he is teaching the truth and you have a perception. That's why you are not eligible. Surrender. Problem is yours, not the teacher. Don't blame the teacher. Blame yourself. It is not, I am telling you to blame yourself. But understand, when you want to go and learn, completely surrender them. Then only you can learn. And go without any expectation. And go without, I want to learn this. No, you are just going there to whatever teacher gives you, that's all. Don't decide what teacher should teach you. Teacher knows what you need. You do not know what you need. A child doesn't know what he needs. He wants all bad things only. Child wants ice cream, child wants pastries, child wants ice cream. You are in a meditation. It is not nothing to do with your age. And you are the same level like a child in the meditation. Teacher knows how to establish vairagya in you. You are deluded personality. That's why when mother tells, child doesn't listen. So do you mean to say mother should give up? That's why. And when you are going to a teacher is like a mother. He knows what you need. You do not know what you need. That's why don't look like a child. Don't become a child in the spirituality. I want only ice cream. And if you give ice cream only, I will come to you, I won't come. Yes, he will give ice cream to you and it will damage you. A guru who will give you what you want, ice cream or whatever it is, you are pampered, you are damaged in the spirituality. The first thing is, so go to the guru not asking, so what guru is willing to give, you accept it the way it is. Because guru knows, choose the right guru, mother knows what is the best interest of the child. You don't have to doubt the mother. If a child starts doubting the mother, where is the question of any relationship? Because child has to be dependent on the mother. No other choice. So there is no point child making a choice. But child in ignorance makes the choice. Mother corrects it. So because you are ignorant, in ignorance you make a choice. And you make a choice, you want experience. But mother knows, guru knows how to cut it off. Understand? This is very, very important. In the West it is not there. What in the West? Today, anywhere in the world it is not there. And now, I like this meditation, I like this meditation, I like this meditation. I don't like that. What you are talking about? So your science of judgment, your criteria of validation, criteria of logic vanished in your delusion, in your perception. That's why Shraddha completely. A guru who is a scientist, who is experienced prakshaksha anumana agama, only to go to that guru. That's all. Klesha karma vipaka vishayashe, the one who purified, the one who realized. Once you go there, once I joined an ashram, as I told you, I am always at their lotus feet of the volunteers, not even a guru. Never I question. I gave you example also of my Kailas ashram experience about the cow dung briquettes. So, Shraddha, if you use your intellect, you will never get enlightened. Understand? In the spirituality, is all about surrender. The one who doesn't use any intellect, and he is the one who is the first one to get enlightened. All the parrot speakers, intelligent speakers, and who always give the lectures, and who always are worshipped by because they have written good books, and they are not enlightened. Number one, take it from me. Number two, number one, and don't go by that. And Shraddha, surrender to the teacher who explains the science, not the delusions, not the perception. As given by Klesha Karma, the one who purified completely, and the one who carries the legacy of the sound of silence, go and surrender. And then comes samadhana. You will get what you are supposed to get. Samadhana, mind gets peace. That's all you got. Mind goes into the samadhana means solution. A problem is there, now you found the solution. Problem is unhappiness. You went to the teacher. If you have these qualities, and then solution is happiness, samadhana. If student has these 6 qualities, shat kama, if you have these 6 qualities, and then only he will, oh teacher, you have those 6 qualities. You are great. Shankaracharya, as I told, every word he uses, it has a depth in it. They don't use the words just like that. Understand?